Back in October this year, there were 2 days that were forecasted with heavy fog in the morning and beautiful sunlight after. So I decided to wake up very early in the morning and try to shoot as much as possible on these 2 days. I woke up the first morning, packed up my camera and just started to drive around to see if I find something interesting to photograph. It was about 3 o'clock at night when I started driving, and I immediately noticed how dense the fog was. I really couldn't see much, so in theory, perfect conditions to make cool looking images. I just randomly stopped somewhere and started to walk around. I couldn't really decide on what to shoot first, so I just framed up a shot of the streetlight shining through a tree. I'm not really a fan of this image, because I don't like the car in the middle, and I was a bit too far away for my taste. A few meters down the road, I found a similar scene, and this time with no car. The resulting image is much simpler, and I like it a bit more. I drove off again and tried to find another interesting area, but at that point I had lost motivation a bit. Photography felt more like a chore to me. I really had to convince myself to keep looking for an image. I almost never feel that way, but this morning I somehow did. And that's why the last image of the night also really didn't turn out good. I knew it wouldn't be good when I took it, but I just wasn't feeling like searching for another composition. It was really frustrating to have this lack of motivation, while the conditions are perfect. So I decided to just drive home, eat something and try again in the morning.
Ooh. Some gloves would have been good.
I decided to photograph the sunrise in this small nature reserve that's near where I live. It was still a bit too dark to shoot handhelds, and that's why the images are really grainy and a bit underexposed, but I still kinda like them.
Oh, wow.
The light was nice and very soft due to some clouds in the sky, and there were all these faint red and purple tones. Sadly, the sun was soon covered completely and the light only lasted for a few minutes. The first of the 2 days I felt like wasn't that successful, and I was kinda bummed about not getting the pictures I wanted. And the lack of motivation I had at night still bothered me. But that didn't really stop me from trying again on the second morning, where I managed to get up early again, this time with a good friend of mine, Lucas. We both decided to watch the sunrise on top of a hill, so we searched on Google Maps for a nice hilltop and eventually found one.
Yeah.
Right on top of this hill, there are these small rock formations from which you have a beautiful view into the valley. We both climbed up there and just sat around watching the sunrise. Soon there also was enough light to shoot, and so I did. These 2 portraits I took of Lucas are my favorite images of the role I had in my Pentax.
Nice. Nice.
The place we went is a well-known area, and we definitely weren't the only ones up there taking pictures that morning, so we decided to get back down again. By now the sun was just blasting through the trees, which created this really warm, diffused morning light.
Wow.
It was such a nice condition to shoot, and I really did shoot a lot in that brief period of time. For me, it's not often a question about what I shoot, but in which light I shoot it in.
Wow. It's ridiculous, Alter.
So to come around that corner and to see this beautiful diffused morning light really made me happy. There were all these other small things that came together as well. The slight mist in the air, or the fall colors of the leaves, for example. I don't often come across these kind of conditions, so I was kinda sad that they only lasted for about 20 minutes. Whenever I go out to take pictures, in the end, it's never like I imagined it before. For example, when I first saw that heavy fog was forecasted, I thought I would be out all night taking pictures. In reality, as we just saw, I wasn't feeling it that night and only took 3 not so good images. I often come across these disappointing moments when I photograph, and the challenge for me is not to be discouraged by them, because I know that I eventually will come across perfect conditions like on the second morning, where I'm just absolutely in the moment and can forget about everything else. I just can't really predict when these moments happen. The only thing I can do is to shoot as much as possible and try to chase these moments. And when I'm honest, this chase for moments that feel right is really what I love about photography.